just gonna die in the end.
Okay, guys, here we go with another epic rap battle of history. This is Frederick Douglass versus Thomas Jefferson. Good matchup here. Two really great men. Not all that hard for me to determine who I'm going to root for, and I'll tell you guys why. But first, of course, as always, please make sure and support ERB all you can. Link to this video in the description, link to their Patreon in this description. They're so talented and bring us so many laughs and so much fun. So, do all you can to support their vids, please. Now, Frederick Douglass versus Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson first, one of the founding fathers, the main writer of the Declaration of Independence, president, Secretary of State, I think he served as vice president. Basically, a true founding father in every sense of the word. Only issues there would be, all men are created equal, except those darker-skinned men working my plantations as slaves. They're created just a little less equal than the rest of us. So, you can make the case. There was some hypocrisy in Jefferson's life. You could say, okay, that it was a sign of the times. That's the way things were done. But still, you're saying on one hand, all men are created equal, and on the other hand, hey, boy, get your ass out there and pick my cotton, that type of thing. Frederick Douglass, I don't know of any, personally, and they're probably out there, I know of no downsides to Frederick Douglass as far as his public life, personal life. He was somebody who came from nothing. He was a slave, was extremely wildly intelligent. Not only that, if I'm remembering correctly, he was also known to be, he handled things at the time, or given the times and the circumstances, in the most diplomatic and mature way you could. He was perfectly willing to talk to the other side, to talk to slave owners, and you know what I'm saying? He really was all about equality at a time when certainly inequality was a thing. It was a way of life. Good dude, really intelligent dude. I don't know of anything that would be a detriment to Frederick Douglass. So given all that, I got to root for Douglass. As much as I love Thomas Jefferson, I love him as a historical figure, but I also love Frederick Douglass as a historical figure. And given that, again, Jefferson had, and didn't Jefferson too, didn't he father some kids with one of his slaves? Which, that's kind of, a little bit sleazy in itself too. So given those things, I'm rooting for Frederick Douglass, but let's see how it goes.
Battles of history.
Thomas Jefferson.
His eyebrows.
Frederick.
The wild Frederick Douglass here. I like this quote. Wow. Endowed, unalienable. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Sorry, I just wanted to pause it for a second. Told King George he could eat a fat dick. I don't remember that quote from Jefferson, but I got to admit that I respect him a little more for that. That's good. Declarations. Yeah, he went after a bunch of pirates too, didn't he? Oh, that's right. Douglass wrote was it 3 autobiographies? I know he was big on autobiographies. All right, pretty good resume. You finished? Nice. Okay. Big hair, big nuts. Marshall. Yeah, I knew he was going to go after that. It's legit. Pretty deep. Oh, nice. I like that. Yeah, that's he's coming with a lot of truth there. Wow. You let freedom ring but never picked up the phone. That's a good line. I mean, normally I stop it for the ones that are the hard cuts or that make you go, God damn, he really said that? But that's just a solid line. Wow. Yeah, that puts... You let freedom ring but never picked up the phone. That puts Douglas ahead for me. Hi, Douglas. Well, hey, now he's trying to explain himself away. Trying to explain the things he did. That's kind of a neat take. Yeah, isn't he the one who stopped from any new slaves being brought in? I think. We cool. Louisiana Purchase. Nice. Founding absentee father. 6 babies? I didn't know there was that many. I didn't know that. I never thought of it. I knew he fathered kids with one of his slaves and he never even freed her. I didn't think about that. That's... Ooh. Wow.
What the fuck does it mean to this guy?
That's a good... Wow, he's got some good lines. An alien to your unalienable rights. Wow. Frederick's on fire.
Next to your name.
Whoa. Oh, man. That was... Not surprisingly... That was, I think, do you guys agree? I think that might have been the most cerebral-oriented rap battle I've seen yet. No? I mean, it wasn't even that, I just want to make sure we're okay here. It wasn't that strong on nasty digs or anything like that. It was just all about really stating who they were and pointing out, certainly with Douglas Storage Jefferson, the foibles, the hypocrisy of the things that he said. That was a really good rap battle. I really enjoyed that one a lot. Again, just because the way they went after each other. For me, Douglas wins pretty easily, pretty comfortably. I like the fact that they allowed Jefferson to try and explain why he was taking part in a system that he didn't approve of but did what he needed to do. I don't know how strong a defense that is, but it's a legitimate defense. But Douglas was all over him. There were some, again, that's why I stopped it a couple times. There were some lines in there that were just not brutal as far as hitting someone in the personals, just brutal as hitting someone in the realities. Yeah, I think Frederick Douglass wins this comfortably. What do you guys think?